Loot Crate was okay. Marvel Collector Corps has been pretty awesome. The Legion of Collectors has been pretty awesome. But nothing quite beats a box from Totally the Towel Man. Opening a box from Totally has basically become like a regular feature on my channel, and that's just because Totally and I, we really do look out for each other. And again, that's Totally the Towel Man. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you're not familiar with him, I've given him a lot of shout outs. I've done several unboxings from things that he has sent me. He has his own YouTube channel. You definitely need to check him out. The video that he did for Friday the 13th, that's my favorite video of his so far. You really need to check it out. And I think you really will enjoy it because there is such a great, genuine reaction within that video that I've actually watched that video probably 3 or 4 times. I just really like that video. But anyway, I was going to say that this was, I believe, the 4th box he sent me, but it must be the 5th because over here, you can't see it, but on my closet door, I keep all of the notes that are sent to me when people send me letters or they send me a note within a box. I do keep them. I post them up. So I see already that I have 4 previous letters from Totally. So that means that this is at least the 5th box that he has sent me. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what Totally sent me this time. As usual, he did send a letter here. He says FM. Now, if there are spoilers within this letter, then I will not share them with you all. And I'm just going to skim it real quick here. Okay, and yeah, he does give away something that's, or actually more than one thing that's within the box. Okay, so I'm not going to read this aloud. I will read this in greater detail on my own later on, but I'm not going to read it aloud to you all. Or, I don't know, I may read it at the end of this video. But let's go ahead and see what is going on in here. Now, one item, if you actually watch his channel, then you already know one thing that he sent me, and I'm so amped to finally have this. I actually didn't even have this on my want list just because I thought I would never even get it. I didn't think I'd have a chance of it. I've never even seen anybody put this figure up for trade. You can kind of see through the packaging there what's going on. And by the way, Totally always does just an awesome job with packaging. Oh, and this one is even in a pop protector already, which is definitely cool. Okay, let me get it out here carefully. It's so well protected, I definitely don't want to damage it at all. Okay, here we go. And I have here the black and white Harley Quinn. I know you all can't see my face right now, but I think you hear it in my voice. I'm definitely smiling, definitely happy. Very cool. I really did not think I would ever get this figure. Like I said, even though I'm trying to collect as many Harley Quinns as I can, I just didn't even think this one was possible to get a hold of. This one, it doesn't have the other figures on the back that were also black and white. I want to say that, I know that, oh, he's not on the back of the box either. I know there was a black and white Flash, and then there were at least 2 other characters. I think the Joker was one of them, and there may have been a 4th. I'm almost certain that there was a 4th. You all help me out with that. I know there's another black and white character that was a Hot Topic exclusive at the same time. But yeah, it's really cool that this is in a pop collector. And I'm not even going to take it out right now. I'm just going to leave it just as is. So altogether, this is, I believe, and I'm looking around at my collection, this is the 7th Harley Quinn figure that I have. And there are more on the way. You all know that because Suicide Squad is on the way. Let me keep my camera adjusted here. Suicide Squad is on the way. So, of course, I'm going to try to get all those pop figures as well. In fact, I've already done a pre-order on at least 2 of them. That's just 2 of the Harley Quinn figures that are going to be out. There's going to be more than that. And I'm not even including like the Harley Quinn Rock Candy figure back there, which I just did an unboxing of just the other day or a couple days ago. I don't know. It all kind of runs together for me. And then I do have some Harley Quinn mystery minis as well. Let's keep things moving though. Let's see what else that Totally sent me. There is something else I asked him to keep an eye out for, and I have seen it in local stores now, but I knew that Totally had my back, so I made sure I didn't pick it up. I was patient, and Totally also hooked me up here with, we got Vision here in his suit. And this is the GameStop exclusive Dorbs. Yeah, I'm really glad to have this as well. And I've said this before, I do not keep Dorbs in the box. If I was ever to get a Chase Dorbs, then maybe, I'd go ahead and keep it in the box. But Dorbs, with the style of their packaging, I just prefer to go ahead and take them out. I think there's kind of some wasted space there, so I just prefer to take these out. And then they're easy to move around as I adjust my collection. And I do try to switch things up where things are placed within my collection. So here he is up close. Vision in a suit. I really did love Vision in the Civil War movie. I mean, there are so many great characters that really stood out. I know Black Panther got a lot of attention. Spider-Man obviously got a lot of attention. But I think they did a really good job with Vision as well. Vision is such a powerful character, and yet he really tries to restrain himself. He doesn't want to hurt people. And if you've seen the movie by now, you know something happens towards the end. I'd like to see that play out a little bit more. They really need to have an overall journey with Vision, him discovering his humanity and everything. Yeah, I think there's a lot they can do with the character, and I just love this Dorbs. I really never thought I would get into Dorbs. When I first started collecting Funko products, I kind of ignored Dorbs altogether. I guess it was just the smiles that threw me off, but they become kind of infectious after a while. It's nice to have some things, with the little cute smiles going on around. I mean, my Green Goblin Chase, he has a smile too, but that's not a smile that you want to wake up to in the middle of the night. Okay, so let's keep things moving here. Again, I've said this before about Totally. He really does make sure that there's no empty space inside of boxes. So he always throws in some extras. And we have here, we got a zombie from The Walking Dead. Now, I'm not sure which series this is. I don't know if this is the new series or not. You all can help me out with that. With the amount of detail on it, I'm going to assume that this is probably one of the newer ones. Because there's a lot of detail going on this. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And I did get a couple of boxes from the new series, and I just, unfortunately, I didn't like any of the figures that I got. Even though one of them was one of the rare ones, I ended up sending them off to someone else. But let's keep it moving here. We have, I want to say that this is an American Werewolf in, is it London? Is that the original? I think American Werewolf in London may have been the original. And then they had an American Werewolf in Paris, which really paled in comparison. But I'm assuming that this was what this figure is. You can all, again, correct me if I'm wrong about that. But again, great detailing here. And of course, it doesn't have a furry feeling or anything to it, but just still, the grooves and everything within the vinyl, it's pretty cool. That's a lot of detail for this figure. And I'm getting a pretty good collection of horror figures together. I still need to get some more horror pop figures. I'm working on it though. I'm definitely working on it. And once I have all the ones that I really want, then I will share those in a video. Next up here, I think this is a magnet. And if, wow, that looks great. I've always loved, I can't remember if this was the actual comic cover, but I know I've seen this image plenty of times. And yeah, that looks awesome. I'm pretty sure it's a magnet there. It looks like a magnet. So yeah, definitely going to go up on the fridge. It's actually cool now that I do have several things up on my fridge. Michael Crowthers, I still hope I'm saying that last name correctly. He sent me some magnets as well. And then I did have some magnets from the Nerd Block, Read Block, or whatever it was, that one of their boxes that they did, which overall the box was not that great, but it did have some cool magnets in it of the bombshells, DC bombshells. But yeah, that's just a classic image right there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually putting that up. Okay, let's keep things moving. Still a little bit more going on here. This is how thoughtful Totally is, and please don't be confused. People, I don't have a thing for, eating dog treats. This is for my dog, Radcliffe. And in fact, I think he probably deserves a snack. So, yeah, I might have to give him one of these pretty soon here. And I don't know how some other people's dogs are. My dog, though, he loves to be up at night. He sleeps a lot more during the day than he loves to be up at night. So, yeah, I might have to go ahead and give him one of these. So, again, that's very thoughtful. And I've been saying for a while that Inside Out, I saw this movie very late. I just saw it a couple weeks ago. Really fell in love with the movie, especially the character Sadness. My absolute favorite character in the movie, although I also do like Anger. He's pretty cool. And I do have an Anger figure on the way. I already got my Sadness pop figure, so I'm hoping that I get the mystery minis as well. In fact, there's a picture of him here. You got her here. That's the pose that's very similar to the pop figure. In fact, I think that is the exact same pose. And then I love this figure here also of her laying on the ground, which is some of the funniest moments in the movie. Let's jump to it though. Let's go ahead and see if I look up here and I get what I want. But honestly, with these figures here, I think they're all pretty cool. I'll be happy with whatever I get. I honestly will be happy with whatever figures I get from this series. I'm totally very thoughtful of you to include these. Now, I could play the guessing game. I know some YouTubers do that, but I'm terrible at it, so I'm not going to embarrass myself. You know, I'm just going to get right in here and see what I have. And yes, yeah, I'm very happy about that. Awesome. Got Sadness laying down. Gotta say it again. I know I said this before. Totally, you're the man. I love that. I'm gonna have to put her along with the pop figure. One more box here. And again, I mean, especially now that I have that one, whatever I get, I'm gonna be happy with. Okay. And by the way, like I said, I have an Anger figure on the way. And some of you, if you're really up on your Funko news, you know why I'm saying that I have one on the way and I don't have one already, because obviously it's available in stores, the common one at least, but that's not the one I'm going for. And this time we have, I can't remember this character's name. I know this character was very briefly in the movie. Great colors on the character. Let me look at the box here again. These mystery mini boxes, sometimes I wish they did actually have the characters' names. I guess they assume that you know the characters very well, but honestly, I don't remember this character's name. Again, you all help me out in the comments if you know. But I do like, the main thing that I like is just that the expression on the face and the coffee going on there. If you've seen the movie, then you know what's up with this character and why this character has that expression and is drinking coffee. So, pretty cool there. Now, I do like that one, but like I said, having Sadness, especially this Sadness lying down, that's awesome. I still would like the mystery mini, but I almost feel like I'm being greedy because I do have the pop figure, and it is basically the same pose. So, yeah, I'm happy regardless. Okay, but that's it. Another Totally the Towel Man unboxing. Totally, you're such a nice guy. Definitely one of my favorite YouTubers. And it's not just because, you know, Totally and I exchange things. It's not just because of that. It's just because you can tell that Totally is just a genuinely kind-hearted person. And that's such a positive thing because we know online and on YouTube, things can get very ugly. People can be very rude to each other. They hide behind that anonymity, you know, of being online and everything. But Totally just is a very genuine, very kind person. And in fact, let me go ahead and do this. I will read this letter to you all, and this will exemplify what I'm saying about Totally here. It says, FM, here she is at last, okay, in all her black and white glory, Harley Quinn. And he says, I think this says laugh out loud there. Okay, she is pretty sweet, don't you think? Yes, Totally, I absolutely do think that. It says, as you can see, the Doors box is a bit beat up, but not horrible, so I hope it is alright. Totally, I don't worry about Doors boxes. Don't even sweat that. You know, and I didn't even pay attention to the condition of the box because when it comes to Doors, I take them out right away. You know, even if it's something that might be worth something, like, for example, here, as soon as I got this unmasked Iron Man Dorbs, I went ahead and took it out of the package. Although apparently that's not too popular. I saw what it goes for on Pop Price Guide, and I was like, oof, don't know what happened there. But anyways, moving on here, I think it says, I'm trying to read this name here. George decided he wanted to get in on this thing since he manages to show up in pretty much every one of my videos. Oh, okay, I see what he's saying. His dog here. Okay, George. Okay, so again, George decided he wanted to get in on this thing since he manages to show up in pretty much every one of my videos. So he put in a little something for Radcliffe as well. And in case you don't know, again, Radcliffe, that is my dog. Okay, so it says, hope you both enjoy. He put his little drawing there, and then it says Nate and Angie. Okay, so of course Nate is totally the towel man, and then his girlfriend Angie, she's the one behind the camera, and she also, I learned recently, she does his intros and some of the behind the scenes things on the video, and I think she does a great job with them. So I'm really happy. Again, you know, these are just awesome figures here. I'm about to slap this up. Oh, let me be careful there. There we go. Definitely going to go ahead and put this up on my refrigerator, and I just love that image. So it'll be nice to see that image every time I go to the fridge. And I think Radcliffe is about to be very happy as well. You gotta say thank you, George. Here you go.